Friends, welcome to Center for Online Education, Uttar Pradesh Rashtriya Open University. In the series of Human Resource Management, today we are going to take a very vital and important topic that is known as recruitment. As you all know that initially we have talked about the human resource planning and what the uses of human resource planning in the human resource management system. Today, this is the most important vital function which a HR manager or top level management used to do, that is recruitment. As we all know that sometimes when we are a student, we are confused with the topic of recruitment and selection, and there is a mark of a very minute line that is known as screening between recruitment and selection. So for all the students, I can say that recruitment is a process where we used to attract the most and the eligible applicant for the job, and selection is a process where we are going to keep the deviants away from the job. One is positive one is negative one. While the screening in mid of recruitment and selection is a process where we match the eligibility of a candidate for that specific job. If the candidate and its eligibility matches with the standard eligibility given by the organization, he used to be called for the interview, or whether any other method which is being taken by the organization, and if its eligibility doesn't matches with the eligibility of the organization, he is being sent back and being not called for the interview. So today we are going to explore one of the most important topic, that is recruitment, which is one of the most positive aspect of human resource management. So here you can see that when we talk about the recruitment is a searching for prospective employees and stimulating and encouraging them to apply for job in an organization. Means here an organization used to attract the applicant towards the job. It is a process where we are searching the vital and the most capable employee who can serve the organization. Recruitment is a step-by-step process of locating, defining and attracting qualified people to apply for the vacant post in an organization. That is the case where we are talking about that the most important, the most capable, the most knowledgeable, the most skilled person for that specific job is being attracted towards the job. How? By the medium of the advertisement or various other medium by which the organization used to advertise the post of the job towards the applicant. Moving ahead, we are going to explore the different definition given by the different thinkers in the field of human resource management. The first one is Edwin B. Flippo. Flippo has said that recruitment is the process of searching for prospective employee and stimulating them to apply for jobs in the organization. Here, Flippo is directly saying that it is a process of a searching. It is a searching process. We have to explore to the areas we can get the people who have got the specific knowledge, skills for the job. And here the applicant is being attracted towards the job. How? By the salary they are going to propose you, by the different perks they are going to propose you, the designation they are going to give you, the job security they are going to give you, the name of the organization, the brand of the organization. All these factors, somewhere or the other, attracts the employee, a person to work towards the organization. Moving ahead, Mart and T. Telsang has said that recruitment generates applicants or applications for a specific position. Means here applicants and the applications. Means the applicants are sending their application for the job. So they are saying that it is a process by which we are going to get a proper applicant towards the job, and the process of applying for the job, that is application. So this is the recruitment process. Moving ahead, the third definition given by R. W. Griffin, That is, recruitment is the process of attracting individual to apply for the open job. Open job means we have created a job. We have properly done the job description. We have done the job analysis. And on that basis, we have created a post. So here, it is just a simple process of attracting an individual towards the job. So these are the three most vital definitions in the recruitment process, where Filippo used to say that we are attracting the candidate from a different part, and the Griffin says that it is a process of applicant and applications for the organization where they can apply for a specific job. Moving ahead, we have to see that this is the process. There are different people possessing skills, knowledge, aptitude for a specific job. So you can see the hand. The hand over here symbolizes the organization for which you are applying, the brand for which you are applying. Or you can say it is the hand of the top management or the HR managers who are going to sit and take the interview or any other method of recruitment. So here you are having a different set of people having knowledge, skills, aptitude, and the process of recruitment starts over here by giving an advertisement we use to attract the candidate towards the job. They all are attracted. They are saying at a specific position. This is the position. But the organization is going to select the best one. So recruitment is a positive process. Why? Because each and every person having the qualification that matches with the qualification of the organization specified is being attracted toward a job. While selection is a negative process because here one of them is going to be taken out, rest all are being left out. So it is an important process. It is a positive process. It is a process which covers all the applicants with having the same skills. Moving ahead, we can say that what are the sources of recruitment? From where you are going to get the applicants that have the same capabilities which the organization wants. So there are different sources of recruitment. The first one is internal source, that is present employees, employees referrals, former employees, and previous applicants. So there are internal sources and external sources. Internal sources means the people who are working in an organization or the people who have worked in the organization sometime or the other. They know that this is a position which is being created by the organization, or this is a position which is being vacant by people leaving the organization. So they used to refer some person having the same capabilities. They tell the top management that this is the people I know and you can recruit them, select them, they are going to be useful for the organization. So here in the internal source, referral is the most important thing which is being used to select an employee. So here all the people who have served the organization or serving the organization works as a factor of getting a new employee in the organization. Second one is the external sources. Trade associations, advertisement, employment exchanges, campus recruitment, walk-ins and write-ins, consultants, radios and televisions, competitors and e-recruitment, etc. When we talk about the external sources, there are various external sources which comes into account when we recruit the things. When we talk about advertisement, we can give advertisement in newspaper, radio, televisions, different e-forms. There are different e-platforms by which you can get. There are different websites which used to help a person to get a better job. So, all these things. You have also got the employment agencies where you can go and register yourself. They will give you a registration number. And whenever any job which matches with the specification of your qualification, they used to call you for the interview. So when we talk about the sources which are away from the organization or which is away from the periphery of the organization, we say it is an external source. While when we recruit a person from the internal periphery of the organization, we used to say that is an internal source. So these are the two sources by which we are going to attract the individual for the job, and we are going to have a proper applicants who can apply for the job. Moving ahead, let's see that internal functions. And what are the internal functions? What are the factors on which the internal functions used to work? The first one is the size of the organization. If your organization is very big, so you can get a lot of people referring for different people, and it is very difficult for an HR manager or the top level manager to recruit a person. If your organization is a small one, then you can use the referral methods, because the people sitting over there are less, the less referral are coming, the people who have got the skills and knowledges are being used for that specific job. Then you have got recruitment policy. Every organization has got a recruitment policy. Some prefers employee to be recruited from internal sources because they think that they are going to be the asset for the organization, as they are known by the people who are working previously in the organization. While some organization used to bring the people outside the organization, as they feel that a person coming from outside is going to bring the new talent, new skills and new knowledge to the organization, and the work efficiency of the organization used to increase. So the second point, recruitment policy is very important for any organization. So whether you are going for the internal source or whether you are going for the external source, it all depends upon the policy, recruitment policy of an organization. Then image of the organization. Image of the organization means the brand the organization used to possess. You have got some big brands which is known by each and everyone in the country or abroad. While there are some companies who are working in a very efficient manner, but their products are not being used by the individual, so their name is not being known in the public as a whole. But they are giving good perks, they are giving good salaries to their employees, and they are only being known by the people who are working in that specific area. So here the brand name is very important. A person used to want to work in an organization who has got a good brand. Why? Because the tag which he is holding is somewhat very important for his career advancement. If a person starts his job by a good brand and a good company, a good level, he is going to be promoted in an efficient manner, and he can shift towards any other organization who has been working or a competitor of that organization in an efficient manner. So brand is one of the most important factors. And the last one is the image of the job profile, the name of the job which you are going to do. Whether it is general manager, accountant, there are different types of job, computer gate operators. So the tag of the job is very important. Some people used to feel that the post they are having is more important than the salary you are getting. So if an organization used to give a proper name to the job, and they used to do good study and research about the job, they can give a better name of the job, and people are attracted towards that job in more efficient manner, rather than you are not able to have a proper research for that specific job. So these are the 4 factors which is being there for the internal function. Moving ahead, we have to see that what are the advantages of the internal recruitment. So it provides an opportunity for advancement,
As I have told you, if you are selecting a person who is working in an organization or a person who is referred a person who is working in the organization, there is a better opportunity for the advancement, for the promotion of that specific person. So second thing is this, it is economically in terms of time and money. You are recruiting a person from inside the organization, both the time and the money which we are going to spend in the advertisement and different other forms are being capitalized to some other factors, to some other areas. So both time and money is being saved if we used to take the internal. Now it improves employee morale. As you all know that the internal employee is being selected or promoted or being given an advanced position, his morale is being increased, his motivation towards work increases, his satisfaction level increases, his devotion towards the organization increases. So all these factors is there if you are going to recruit a person from the internal source. Then it improves the image of the organization. As you do the promotion of a person, as you keep recruiting the people from inside the organization, the image of an organization, the brand of the organization used to build. Why? Because in general public, in the society, it is being known that this organization used to take the advantages of the employee and give proper respect to the employee whenever there is a need. So, recruitment from inside the organization always used to improve and increase the brand of an organization. It improves the probability of better performance as the candidate is in better position to know the objectives and expectations of the organization. When we recruit a person who is previously working in an organization, automatically he knows the vision, mission of an organization, the objectives and the goals of the organization. As he is being promoted, his salary is being increased, his morale is increased. So he knows that what type of work he has to give, what output he has to give for the betterment of the organization. So overall, expectancy of the organization is being covered by the person who is being recruited over there. So a proper person having same skill and knowledge recruited from inside always used to help a organization to make its brand as well as for an individual to increase his morale. So these are the advantages of an internal factors. Now when we have got advantages, we have got disadvantages or demerits. So let's explore the demerits of the internal sources. The first one is the promotion may be biased and based on the seniority rather than the merit. This is one of the most disadvantages. Why? Because your seniority used to be considered while the merit used to be kept apart. So if the merit is being kept apart, the person who is not being selected over there, having the knowledge and skill, might leave and go to the competitor organization where he can give all your secrets of the organization and help another organization for the betterment. So this is the primary disadvantage, that in the promotion the seniority is being considered rather than the merit. Possible morale problems emerge for those who have not been promoted. All those who have not got the promotion but working in the organization, automatically their morale is being affected. They think negative for the organization. Their efficiency, their working efficiency are reduced. They are less productive towards their work as they doesn't take interest in doing their work. They used to compare themselves with the person who has been selected. So all these evils automatically generates it when you take the promotion as a medium of recruiting. Then political infighting for promotions. You have got one seat, there are 3 people who are eligible for that post. So automatically somewhere or the other, organizational politics comes into action. A person who used to take the efficient manner with the people who are working over there, the environment over there, who has got a good relation, maintaining good relation with the top management, is used to get the promotion. But the other two things that person who has been selected is not capable of. So this is the biggest drawback, that organizational politics evolve as soon as the promotion comes into action. Then an option may be limited in locating the right talent. It might be that you are taking an internal source, but the knowledge or the skill you want for that specific job is not there in the organization. But somewhere or the other you are being influenced by a person and you are promoting him. So that person has been promoted, he is being given the job, but he is not able to do justice to his job. So this is one of the most demerits of the internal source. Moving ahead, we can see that this channel of recruitment discourages new blood from entering the organization. The new talent is not being entertained or not being welcomed in the organization if we are taking the internal source. Then inhibits innovations and creativity. As you are taking the old person and promoting him, you are avoiding the new innovations, the new creativity, a person who knows much better, a person who is more efficient. You are just avoiding it and bringing your person to the job who is being just promoted because he is an internal source. So this is one of the drawbacks of the internal source. Now the last one is establishes subjectivity in the promotion. When we talk about the subjectivity, we say that we have promoted a person because he is being eligible for the promotion, that's all. While in practicality, you have to recruit a person who has the skills, knowledge, attitude which matches with the present job analysis, with all the points relevant over there. So these are the demerits of the internal sources. Moving ahead, we are talking about the external factors. External factors means we are bringing the people from outside the organization to inside the organization. Let's explore. The first one is the demographic factors. Demographic factor means, as you all know, that the area in which the organization used to work having the different demographic forms. So the organization culture depends upon the demographic factors. An organization which has got a balanced organizational culture is more productive than an organization who has been influenced by certain specific people. So demographic factor is the important for the external source. Then we have got the labor market. If you have got the labor market very close to your organization, or there are plenty of people available for your job, you have got a lot of option to select from that specific pool of people. But if your labor market is very secretive, it is far away, then it is very difficult for an organization to select the labor for the job. Then unemployment situations. If you have got a country having a good employment structure, a company having a most qualified people, then there are less applicants for the recruitment process. But if the employment level of a country is very high, then for a specific job, you will get more number of people applying for that specific job. So somewhere or the other, unemployment situation of that country holds a very vital element for the external sources. Then the social and the political environment. The political environment means the regime of the government, what the government wants, whether they are focusing on the private sector or in the public sector, what type of sectors they are working, in what types of circuits they are going to generate the jobs. So political environment, somewhere or the other, used to has a direct impact on the organization and creating job of the organization. The more exposure the organization used to get, the more better market the organization used to get, and this is being done by the government, the more people they want for the job to be done. The more people they want, automatically more people are going to be recruited. So, some way or the other, political situation of a country is directly proportional to the factor of recruitment. Same way the societal factor, what are the people who are working over there and why these people are working over there. Whether you have got a society where more of the people are educated, they want a job having a specific skilled criteria, so they are going toward that specific organization who are going to take that things. But when we talk about the people who are not employed, who are less educated, so they are working for a labor thing. So societal factor is also important because society is being consist of the people's education, the level of education, the level of knowledge, and accordingly they will get the job. Then the last one is the legal consideration. Legal consideration means there are laws, regulations, rules which is being framed by the organization as well as the government of that specific country. If they have got a relaxed rules, law and regulations over there, recruitment process is much easier. If the liability of an organization increases by the liability of an individual, so individual must think that the organization in which he is working, his job is being secured and he is worth for that specific job, automatically the external factors used to be helpful for that specific organization. Moving ahead, we can say that what are the external sources of recruitment? External sources means the people coming from the outside an organization. Improves the knowledge and skills of organization by recruitment from outside sources. Means when we are going to recruit a person from outside the organization, it improves the performance, it improves the productivity of the organization because you are bringing the new talent in the organization. So some way or the other, the advantage of external source is this, that it improves and brings the new talent, the new skill, the new knowledge in the organization, and the people is more productive towards the organization. The second one is it improves and helps the situating competitive advantages. As you all know that an organization used to work with a competitive edge. There are different software companies working in the area, Infosys, Wipro, we have got Microsoft. So some way or the other, every firm, every organization wants to have a competitive edge. The software they are making, the hardware they are making must be new, it will be innovative. So this competitive edge can be achieved by recruitment a person who is being outside from the organization. So the second merit is that it improves the competitive edge of that organization when we recruit a person outside the organization. The last one is brings the economy in the long run. Why? Because he knows the new talent, the new innovations, the new research is being done over there. He knows everything and he used to apply that things in his job. Automatically, over a long run, the salary which you are giving the organization used to be less than the productivity which an individual is giving to an organization. So in long run, it is more economical if you are going to recruit a person from outside the organization. Now in the last slide, we are going to see the disadvantages of the external sources of the recruitment. So the first one is it is costly because you are going to advertise it, you are going to conduct an interview, you are going to have a panel, you are going to bring all the people in the places, so it is one of the costlier affairs. Then it causes brain drain due to the fear and back growth of the potential. Some way or the other, I employ a person who has got great talent, but he is not able to express his talent, so it is a process of a brain drain where sometimes internal people also used to leave the organization in a fear that new person coming inside the organization will not be able to justify his talent. then it contributes to a higher probability of employee turnover. As I have told you that a new person coming inside an organization may not have got the respect for the older people, or their talent is more than the older people. They have got a feeling that the old people working in the organization doesn't possess that talent which he has got. So there is an imbalance in the organization and in the organization culture, which results the turnover, means employee leaving the organization. The older employee leaving the organization and joining some new organization for the avoiding of organization politics. Then you have got demoralizing existing employees for the alleged double standards and favor shown towards new recruitment from outside by offering better position and pay. Somewhere or the other, a person who is working in an organization for a longer period of time used to feel that a new person who is being selected is being given more priority, more salary, more favor. The top management is attracted towards them rather than. So, this is the disadvantages if you are going to recruit a person from outside the organization. In this lecture, we have seen that what is recruitment, what are the sources of recruitment. As I have told you, recruitment is a process of just attracting the applicant towards a job. It is a positive process. We have talked about the sources of recruitment. There are two sources of recruitment, that is external source and internal source. Internal source comes into action when we recruit a person from inside the organization by a medium of referrals. When we talk about the external sources, there are different methods. I have shown you that a person coming from outside, we are bringing a talent pool from outside the organization and bringing inside the organization to work. And there are the advantages and the disadvantages of both external sources and the internal sources. We have discussed this in lecture. I hope you have understood. Thank you.